Well, this summer's been a great one for Birmingham Legion FC, and tonight they're back at home looking for their third win in a row, this time against Atlanta United 2. It's time for soccer down south in the USL Championship. Hello from Birmingham, Alabama, and Protective Stadium there off in the distance. Our site for tonight's contest presented by Birmingham Coca-Cola, featuring Birmingham Legion FC taking on Atlanta United 2. Welcome into our broadcast booth, everybody, alongside the coach, Mike Getman. I'm Blake Gardner, glad to have you with us. And Mike, this is going to be a tough test for Atlanta United 2, a young team on the road against Birmingham Legion, who had a great week last week.
Yeah, Birmingham Legion are clearly in the playoff picture. They're climbing up the ladder, looking for that home field advantage. Atlanta United, too, they're struggling to defend against good teams, and they're just trying to find a way to get some points.
Well, if they find a way to get points tonight, it would be huge for a young team. And if they're going to get points, they're going to need to find the back of the net. Tristan Traeger, our first impact player tonight, certainly a man capable of that.
Yeah, I love this guy. He's a great player, scores goals with his left, with his right. He runs behind the defense. He scores with his head. Top-class player all the way around.
Traeger didn't even get to Atlanta until June. All he's done is find the back of the net a half dozen times, trying to keep that goal-scoring touch coming here in the month of August. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Enzo Martinez, he just continues to thrive here in his first year in Birmingham.
Enzo Martinez is a force of nature. He works hard, he outruns everybody, and lately he's been scoring goals in bunches.
Yeah, the game winner last weekend, one of his 7 so far this year, and he's tied for 5th in the USL with 45 chances created coming into tonight. Well, speaking of tonight, we're not too far away from game time here in the Magic City. Can Birmingham make it 3 wins in a row, or will Atlanta's young guns take another point or perhaps 3 off the 3 Sparks? It's Legion FC against Atlanta United 2, and kickoff comes your way next.
I need to try it first.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
Breaking in, Kassim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Welcome back to our coverage of USL Championship soccer here in Birmingham. Just about ready for kickoff. But first, let's get a look at each side's starting 11. And Mike, let's start with Jack Collison and Atlanta United 2. Already talked about Tristan Traeger up front, but Justin Garces has been excellent in between the posts.
Garces has been really good all season long. One of the top goalkeepers in the league. but this group tonight has a lot of pace up front. They've got a lot of pace in the back. The question is, can they control the center of the midfield?
Can they defend a fearsome Birmingham front line with no Nelson Orji available? Birmingham Legion FC head coach Tom Stone, just the one change from the team that beat Hartford last weekend, and the attacking trio is back in action.
Well, this is a very experienced group that's played a lot of games together. Every one of these guys has been in the lineup throughout this season.
There are referees tonight led by Jervis Adagana, the Missouri native, gets his 9th USL Championship assignment this year. I think he did Las Vegas and San Antonio last week. Adagana gets the nod here in the Magic City tonight. There's Jack Collison, the head man of Atlanta United 2. The 33-year-old named officially head coach last summer after he joined the academy as a coach back in August of 2019. On the other side of things, head coach Tom Stone, the 4th-year man, now managing his 105th USL regular season game at the helm of Birmingham Legion FC. His side firmly in the playoff chase, hoping for a playoff game as we start this month of August tonight. 84 degrees tonight at Protective Stadium, overcast skies, perfect weather for soccer here in the Deep South, Birmingham, Alabama. Atlanta United 2 in white, Birmingham Legion in attack black, and we are underway from Protective Stadium with the first minute of tonight's contest, presented by Fleetio. Atlanta United 2 looking for their first win in their last 7 contests. 3 losses and 3 draws in those previous 6. Birmingham Legion trying to make it 3 wins in a row. And 9 wins out of their last dozen contests. Agatello trying to corral it, and it deflects off of him towards Justin Garces, who makes his first collection of the night. And Mike, for Atlanta United 2, the last thing they can afford to do is concede an early goal. Need some confidence to build into this game with.
Young players need to find their rhythm. They need to feel like they're in the game. They can add a lot with their youthfulness and their emotions, but you got to make sure that those are positive emotions. They're not feeling panic. They're not feeling under pressure right from the start.
9th time overall these two teams have met. 6 Birmingham wins, a couple of draws, including that draw the last time these two teams met back in July. A 3-3 thriller over in Kennesaw. Game saw 5 second-half goals. Here's an early chance. Enzo Martinez scores, and just 2 minutes in, Legion FC have the lead.
Legion doing what they've done the last few games, which is really stepping up and putting teams under pressure, especially young teams. They've really gone after them, and it pays off again with an easy tap-in finish.
The 8th goal of the year for Martinez. He can thank Juan Agudelo for putting it on a platter. And it's the dream start for Legion FC here at home.
And the nightmare start for Atlanta United too. Cough it up right in front of your goal, maybe overplaying just a little bit under pressure.
Mike, you talked about it. The high press is what's paid off for Birmingham as of late.
Really nice, unselfish play from Juan Agudelo. He was close enough. He could have perhaps tried to find a way to score himself. But as we've seen all year from him, he's not just a goal scorer, he's a goal creator.
Agudelo commits the foul there. Free kick to Atlanta United 2. Agudelo scored 3 times this year, but he's put in some defensive shifts as well. That time, the pressure of him and Marlon Santos creates the easy tap-in for Enzo Martinez. And Atlanta United 2 have an early hole of which to dig out of. All over the top for Mateus, a bit too heavy a throw for Birmingham, and a chance to look at tonight's injury reports. Nobody officially on the injury report for Atlanta United 2, but they are without the services of Nelson Orji due to his red card suspension near the end of the Las Vegas contest. Jonathan Vial not available either. Rumors he's been called into the Mexico U18 camp. He is not in the 18 for Atlanta United 2. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion without Freddie Kleeman and Jake Roof once again tonight. But everybody else available for the home side. Start more or less a first choice 11 tonight. Cronali looking over the top. work by Johnny Fortune. Ball back at his feet, holding off Lapa. And a whistle and a foul, free kick given as Alex Cronali draws the ire of the official. And Mike gives us a chance to look at our keys to the game tonight. Already a tough start for Atlanta United too, but plenty of time to make up that 1-goal deficit. What else do they need to do tonight?
Well, they need to keep possession. It's one of the things they like to do. We saw them over-possessing and overplaying out of the back already has cost them. But their style is to keep the ball moving, and if they can do that, they'll have some success tonight, and they've got to defend. They're just not a very good or very consistent defending team. For Legion, it's about attacking early. Well, job done. They've done that. And really getting the ball to their forwards, making sure that that dangerous attacking three are getting lots of touches.
Van Oekel with a catch. After the shot from Mateus took a deflection. Rather harmless in the end for MVO. The 35-year-old goalkeeper made his 300th USL save last Saturday against Hartford. En route to his 9th clean sheet, which puts him back in a tie for first in the USL coming into this weekend. Carlson under pressure has to boot it away. Did well to find a white shirt, and Tristan Traeger. Brennan making the run over the top. Good work from him. Brennan, Machop Joel. Joel squeezed off the shot. Van Oekel trying not to concede the corner, but I don't think he was successful in that endeavor. The first corner of the night belongs to Atlanta United too.
On their set pieces, Atlanta United too loves to bring lots of bodies forward. You can see the replay. It looked like it just crossed the line before Matt Van Oekel got his hands on it. There are 8 players in the box, plus 1 serving the ball. That's 9 attacking out of 11 on this corner kick.
The Brazilian Heimar to serve it with his left foot. Alex Cronali heads it away. Right to Enzo Martinez. Between the legs of a defender, finds Marlon Santos. Agadello trying to hold it up for Aravo. So Martinez, the goal scorer already. Goal number 8 on his campaign. What an impact the offseason signing has had so far this year at Birmingham. And he's already made an early impact on this game tonight. Pass behind Fortune finds Enzo Martinez. Now here comes Aravo. Prosper Kasim out to this wide side. Kasim under pressure back to the feet of Mikey Lopez, who gets the start once again as the left fullback. Aravo found from behind by Johnny Fortune. A quick restart from Aravo, and Birmingham are playing out the other direction. Here comes Johnny Dean. Dean trying to cut it back for Marlon Santos. Instead, Noah Cobb plays it away. Here comes Atlanta. Work by Marlon Santos, tracking back in defense. Agadello couldn't quite hold off Cobb. Good work for the 17-year-old, who's had a solid 2022. The back for Atlanta United too, and now something might be on here. Mateus waiting in the box, so is Machop Joel. So is Nicholas Firmino. It's Kavita who heads this one away. Lapa who nudges it away from a Johnny Fortune.
One of the challenges that Atlanta United 2 presents, they love to get players forward. Regardless of the score, they're going to send people into the box. They like to get it wide, have players join the attack and get into the box and serve it into them. Flip side happens to them where they're susceptible to the counter if they don't get a good cross in, if they don't get on the end of those crosses. Teams have found ways to really run at them quickly and create chances at the other end.
Birmingham certainly had their fair share of opportunities last time these two teams met in Kennesaw. So did Atlanta United too, especially in the second half. That's given away by Washington. Here's Agadello. Agadello with options, cuts it back on his left, denied by Garces.
Really good save from Garces. Got down very quickly and got a big paw on that ball.
Garces has already made 57 saves in just his 12th start tonight. That's a big save there, and now running behind, Alex Crognale does well to leave his feet and win the ball in front of Nicholas Firmino. Ball served in over the top. Matt Van Oekel is there in front of Machop Chol. United 2 happy to have Machop Chol available for them tonight. The 23-year-old has made a few appearances for Atlanta United too, but he's on a first-team contract, and this is his first appearance for the Twos this season. Zach Garavo connects with Bruno Lapa, the reigning USL Championship Player of the Week. Lapa couldn't keep it, and here comes Firmino again. Firmino got rid of it. Highmar. Highmar back on it, only for a moment. Here's Mateus against Dean. Darwin Mateus to the byline, couldn't quite corral it.
Mateus showing a little bit of that pace though. Ran out of room, but Johnny Dean, one of the quickest players on the Legion team, and Mateus went right past him.
Goal kick in the end for Matt Van Oekel and Legion FC. Fans celebrating its 75th anniversary. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, the league's choice, the player's choice. 10 minutes in tonight at Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. Blake Gardner, Mike Gebman, glad to have you with us. Birmingham on the board. 70-plus seconds in. Santos draws the foul.
Bit of a tactical foul. Santos had played the ball behind the defender and was ready to run. Nice little drop of the shoulder. And he's brought down, making sure he can't run at the defense. The referee giving a big long talking to, but no card on that one.
Highmar escapes without seeing yellow. Birmingham restart play. Marlon Santos, I believe, is the most fouled man of this Legion club this year.
It's not a title you necessarily want to have. It makes for a lot of time spent in the ice bath, but his feet are so quick and his touch is so good. Players are forced to bring him down very often to stop him from going to goal.
A quarter conceded there by Johnny Fortune, who couldn't quite keep that under control. Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A, the first of the night for Legion FC. Bruno Lapa and Prosper Gassim both over near that flag. And Lapa pick out a pass. Quite thread it past Bryce Washington.
Brought every single player back into the penalty area to defend that set piece.
Lapa's serve took a partial deflection off Prosper Gassim, and now it's sent away rather forcefully by Noah Cobb. And United 2 can regain their shape. It's more of a back three, a bit of a back five flavor tonight for Atlanta United 2, with no Nelson Orji. He scored last week against Las Vegas Lights, but then he was also sent off on a red card as Gassim does well to get by one man. Got the cross away, all the way through Marlon Santos. His shot is blocked away.
Marlon Santos perhaps with one extra touch there. If he'd have hit it first time, he was only about 10 yards from goal.
Another dangerous moment created by this Birmingham Legion attack. It's been especially good this summer. Bruno Lapa and Prosper Gassim want more. Gassim taken off it by Bryce Washington. This is a Birmingham side that put a 6 spot up on Loudoun United. Their last home contest last Wednesday.
Of course, Loudoun United, the second team for DC United. Similar to this Atlanta United 2 group. Very young, lots of teenagers. Lots of guys learning how to be professionals, but not nearly as many players with the experience that this Legion FC team has.
Another look here. Prosper Gassim Doing well to get around the 17-year-old Luke Brennan. Marlon Santos, his shot blocked away in the end.
Pretty special touch. Not very many players would have the confidence under pressure to take that delicate little touch around the defender.
Kassim over by that corner flag. Second Chick-fil-A corner kick of the night for the Legion before it's taken. Travis Adegana, our referee tonight, is going to have a talking to with Juan Agudelo, who is right on top of Justin Garces, the Atlanta goalkeeper. Now Kassim gets the go-ahead, right to Zach Arivo on the volley. Would have been something special.
Clearly something they'd worked on in practice. A driven ball to the top of the box. Really difficult for any player to get a solid touch on target from there. Zach Arivo hit it pretty well, just a few yards wide.
Arivo's only got one goal this year, but it came against Atlanta United too. An absolute missile. Put Birmingham up 3-2. Last time these two teams met, of course, that lead was short-lived. Atlanta found one late to earn a point in that contest in Kennesaw. Fortune back to the feet of his goalkeeper, Garces. And starts anew through Bryce Washington. Brennan. Fortune finds Machop Chol in a half space, and now Atlanta United 2 have played past the pressure. Scholl couldn't quite pick out the pass that freed Tristan Traeger.
When they break the pressure, the ball that's on is the diagonal pass behind the defense. Scholl just couldn't quite get his head up enough to see what was happening for him.
Here is Traeger trying to get it back to Scholl. Instead, Mikey Lopez intervenes. Should be noted, this is a Birmingham backline that's been one of the best in the USL this year. Not easy to break down. And now they're off and attacking again. Juan Agudelo with space. Agudelo denied by Garces. Second big save of the night for the Atlanta keeper.
This shot was hit really well by Juan Agudelo, but the pass to him was brilliant, playing him through one touch. Takes a nice touch to get it down. Hit it really firm, but straight at the goalkeeper. Garces very happy to have that ball come at him.
Bad look from Agudelo, but Garces up to the task, and the man down in the penalty area right now is Noah Cobb.
I think Noah Cobb just overextended himself a little bit trying to get in front of that shot. He worked really hard to get back and perhaps just jarred himself a little bit on the turf.
17-year-old's been a key piece of this defense for Atlanta United too. Tonight's start number 17 for him. He's the team leader in clearances and blocks, so hopefully he's able to continue tonight.
When you're a teenager and they play you at the center of the back, it tells you that they got a lot of confidence in you, because you don't see very many teenage players in that role.
Contrast with Birmingham center backs tonight. Fanuel Kavita, the captain, 29 years old. Alex Cronali, now in his third season here in Birmingham, 27 years old. Say nothing of your 35-year-old goalkeeper.
And that's exactly the difference between these teams. Young, talented pros versus experienced veterans.
So Cobb has made his way off, but looks like he's going to be able to continue here in just a moment. Atlanta can start the match anew here in the 18th minute. Cobb jogs back on. Atlanta United 2 back to full strength. Good sign for them. Lapa picks the pass back to Dean. Prosper Kassim.
Pressure again paying off for Legion FC, winning the ball in the attacking third of the field.
Imar tried to keep that in play but couldn't. It's a throw-in for Birmingham Legion. Fans, tonight's another edition of Legion FC's Kids Club Night right here at Protective Stadium. You can get more information on all the perks of the program. Sign your future superstar up to be a part of the Legion FC Kids Club at bhmlegion.com/kidsclub. Pace of Johnny Dean. Enzo Martinez trying to hold off Washington. Almost got it back to him while he was on the ground. Instead, it's Atlanta United 2 who have a chance to break. Frame Morales back to the feet of Cobb. 11th home match this year for Birmingham Legion. 4 wins to go along with 4 draws. A couple of defeats here at Protective Stadium so far this year for Legion FC.
It was a struggle early on. They just couldn't seem to find the back of the net very often at home. And then they'd go on the road and they were fantastic. One of the best records in the league on the road. But lately, it hasn't really mattered whether it's home or away. This Legion FC side has scored goals and they've come up with an awful lot of clean sheets.
Now 25 points for Legion FC over their last 11 contests. Let's put them right back in the mix for a home playoff game. Machop Chol threads it down the channel for Luke Brennan. And while Kavita beats Brennan to it. Bit of a frustrated shove from Brennan at the end as it's nothing but a goal kick for Birmingham. Luke Brennan, just 17 years old. Spent his last week in the U.S. National Team's U19 camp out in California. One of the brighter prospects in this Atlanta United 2 setup. Excited to see what he can bring to this side tonight. Atlanta United 2 chasing a goal after conceding very, very early tonight, just 1 minute and 17 seconds in. Found their footing a little bit more as of late. It's a nice pass from Brennan to find Johnny Fortune. Scholl giving him an option, but his touch a little too heavy. Experience there from Erivo.
That is a perfect example of the experience. He knew he was under pressure, just turned and played it off of the defender to get the goal kick rather than trying to do too much with the ball and taking any risks. Very smart play.
Johnny Fortune, another bright young prospect in this setup. 19 years old, but already in his 3rd season with Atlanta United 2. Tonight, his 13th start of the year, his 9th straight. Guy that's already seen time with the Trinidad and Tobago national team setup.
Academies that have had the success that Atlanta United has had. They've constantly put players into the pro ranks and into their first team, but they've also filled up the U.S. national team's youth and the full national team with players that came through their system. FC Dallas is another club that's done similar. In the last couple of years, the Philadelphia Union have been another one that have seen a lot of their youth players make it to their 2nd team, then to their 1st team, and some of them on to Europe or the national team.
Good attacking work there from Darwin Mateus, Bliss Firmino, but Firmino's cross was overhit by a substantial margin. Approaching the halfway point here in this opening 45. Birmingham Legion up a goal. Mikey Lopez let that trickle out of play into his own bench.
Sometimes that happens when you've got a right-footed player playing on the left side of the field.
Mateus looking over the top. Just a bit too far beyond Firmino. Atlanta United 2 starting to find a little bit more possession in the attacking half over the last 5, 6, 7 minutes. It was a frenetic opening first half dozen minutes or so as Birmingham's pressure was awfully intense and very high up the field.
We saw this in the last game these two teams played. Atlanta United 2 kept going behind, giving up goals, but they just stuck with what they do. They kept creating more chances and they kept finding tying goals. Ended up 3-3 at the end of regulation.
Atlanta United 2 has found a draw in Birmingham as well. That came last year. These two teams met 4 times last season as part of that Central Division. There's one draw for Atlanta United 2. The other matchups were all wins for Birmingham Legion. Johnny Fortune's taken off it, but right back on it. It's redirected off of Lopez. Here's Firmino against Dean. Cuts it inside. Couldn't quite squeeze the shot away. Bruno Lapa turns with space and Prosper Kasim. Agudelo. Marlon Santos. Dean bombing forward. Here comes Johnny Dean. First time serve. Martinez dummied it through. And it's a corner for Legion FC.
Enzo Martinez might have done better just trying to get something on that and have a whack at goal. But you've got Johnny Dean out working everybody down the right side, and you've got Enzo Martinez out working everybody right through the middle of the field. Two of them almost combining for another really good chance for Legion FC.
Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Prosper Kasim once again to serve. Kasim almost got it through to Marlon Santos. And a foul against Zach Aravo. He's going to give Atlanta a free kick.
He looks perplexed. Not quite sure what I did.
Some contact there with Mateus.
Definitely some contact. He would say he was holding his ground, but I think he held his ground after Mateus had already left his feet and was in the air.
So Atlanta United 2 back on it. Cobb and Washington, the center backs. Birmingham fans, to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news, be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Download the Legion FC app today, available on both the App Store and Google Play. Legion FC app and @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Chopped Shoal has been given a bit of room to roam so far tonight. As Washington goes back to the feet of Garces. Garces went to UCLA after starting in the Atlanta Academy setup. Making a dozen starts for him so far this year. It's Dean's in a foot race with Scholl. It's Dean who wins that race. So far, even early on in this game, Johnny Dean has done an awful lot of running. Which is about par for the course for him. Prosper Kasim thought he got pushed a little bit by Highmar. Referee didn't see it that way.
There might have been a little bit of contact, but certainly not that much that you'd expect the referee to call the foul.
Good work by Atlanta to play out of trouble there. Back the other side it comes for Washington. But his pass doesn't find Fortune. Morales trying to save the possession. Zach Aravo went to ground to win it back. Now here comes Birmingham. Kasim. His preferred left. Martinez trying to go back that direction. Kasim against Highmar. Top of the area, Enzo Martinez. Agudelo. Agudelo just wide.
Shot from Juan Agudelo, but the pass from Enzo Martinez was spectacular. Somehow threaded that through a couple of defenders right to the feet of Juan Agudelo.
Agudelo didn't miss the target by much, but it looked like Garces had it covered. Agudelo played 73 minutes last time out for Legion FC against Hartford, a game that was a grind for Birmingham. Pretty much from the word go, their third game inside of an 8-day stretch. And a tough road trip up to the Northeast. Scoreless until stoppage time. Enzo Martinez pounced on a Hartford mistake to give Birmingham a game winner. Here comes Bruno Lapa. Lapa with space. Marlon Santos. Cuts it inside. Lovely move from Santos. His shot deflects. Martinez right at Garces.
Something you don't necessarily expect to see, which is Enzo Martinez winning balls in the air. Great little cutback, ball deflected up in the air. And Enzo, the first one up to win it. But straight at Garces, who's been very composed and great hands, no bobbles, no rebounds.
It's good work by Brennan as well. He got dropped. Marlon Santos, but was able to get a bit of a deflection on the shot. Tejas pinks it out wide, Machop Chol. He's got Highmore running with him. Chol cuts it inside. He picked the wrong option in the end. Aravoa bending ball to Dean. Dean, one of the guys nominated for USL Defender of the Year at the midway points.
He's certainly a fan favorite. He puts in the miles, he puts in the tackles, he creates chances, and he's even scored a few goals. There really isn't much to not like about his game.
Set up 3 goals, has created over 30 scoring opportunities this year, has Dean. Certainly a fan favorite for a guy now in his 3rd season here in Birmingham. Lapa tried to keep that in play, could not. A throw in for Atlanta United too. Fans USL on ESPN continues as the reigning title holders visit in-state rivals. Orange County SC looks for a late season surge against Sacramento Republic FC. Sunday, September 18th at 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central on ESPN2. Back here in the Eastern Conference, Birmingham Legion enter play tonight in 5th. Not too far away from that home playoff game. If they secure a 4th or 3rd or possibly 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference table. It's a big August coming up for Birmingham. Game tonight, game against San Diego next week. They get their rivals Memphis coming up shortly as well. A game against Detroit too. Lovely pass from Marlon Santos. Mikey Lopez makes it even lovelier. Great skill from those two. And now Birmingham have something going. Kasim. Dean with the overlap. Kasim from one side to the other. Marlon Santos. And a free kick given as Kasim was chopped down making the pass. A dangerous opportunity forthcoming here.
Really good refereeing. He saw the foul. He let the play continue for a couple of seconds, thinking that Marlon Santos might be in on goal. When he realized he wasn't, blew his whistle, brought it all back, gives Legion a very dangerous free kick right at the top of the 18.
Right in front of the Birmingham supporters section, over on that north side of Protective Stadium. Some discussion about who's going to hit this one.
This is one of those balls that's sitting at just the right distance, about 23, maybe 24 yards out. It's far enough back that you can get it up over the wall and down. I'm sure everybody wants to have a go.
Lapa leaves it for Dean. Not a bad effort from Dean. Birmingham Freightliner free kick just goes wide of the target. Haven't seen Johnny Dean take many set piece opportunities. Looked like something else off the training ground there from Legion FC. Kasim. It's Brennan. Juan Agadello. This back to goal. Holding off Washington. Work by Agadello to recover possession. Lopez. Martinez. Marlon Santos. Marlon Santos around Highmore. His cross blocked away by Cobb. And another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming.
More very good attacking play from Legion FC. Lots of players in the box, lots of players getting wide and giving them that option. Marlon Santos showing he's got the skills and the speed to get behind people.
Marlon Santos has had moments of danger so far in this first half. Prosper Kassim trying to give Birmingham something on a set piece. Low driven ball sent away by Cobb. Both Birmingham center backs retreat back to the defensive half. Kassim serves again towards Enzo Martinez. Couldn't get enough on the header.
But again, he wins the ball and does end up with a shot on goal.
I'd like to see how many balls in the air Enzo Martinez has won this year coming into the night. Alex Cronali is the team leader in that category for Birmingham. So Martinez probably somewhere around 14th, 15th.
Well, he just competes for everything. And you think the smaller player might not jump or might not challenge, but he always challenges. And he ends up winning tackles, balls in the air, whatever it might be, because he just never relents.
Marlon Santos running at the Atlanta defense again. He goes down, it's a penalty. He's been causing problems all night long, and he wins Birmingham Legion a PK here in the 35th minute.
And this isn't going to show up on the stat sheets because it probably won't be Marlon Santos that takes the penalty, although he's asking for it. But it's great individual play, running at the defender, fakes as if he's going to cross it. No question, he's brought down. The referee right on top of the play, doesn't hesitate at all.
Bryce Washington brings down Marlon Santos, and Birmingham Legion have a chance to double their lead from the spots. Penalty kick brought to you by Stone River. And it's going to be Prosper Kassim. Man given the scoring opportunity. He's already scored 5 times this year, looking for goal number 6. Garces ready. Prosper Kassim scores. 2-0 Birmingham.
Kassim hammers that into the upper part of the net. No chance for Garces.
And it's going to be waved off. Kassim is going to have to retake it. Who moved early? Garces looked like he might have been off his line a half step early, but that wasn't what drew the ire of the official.
No, you'd have let the goal stand if it was the goalkeeper. It must have been a player entering the box too soon.
Kassim a second time, puts it away again. Prosper Kassim makes it 2-0 Birmingham here in the first half. He did it once, had to be retaken. So the Ghanaian does it a second time. Birmingham Legion firmly in control tonight here at Protective Stadium.
The first goal was a tap in for Enzo Martinez, but it was Juan Agudelo who did all the hard work defensively that created it. This goal is a tap in for Prosper Kassim, but it was Marlon Santos who did all the hard work to create the penalty. But give Prosper Kassim his due. Very composed finish. Hard to beat the same keeper twice, and he did it with no doubt.
6th goal of the year for Prosper Kassim. Make it 21 Birmingham Legion goals for the Ghanaian. Birmingham Legion able to extend their advantage with 7+ minutes left till halftime. Cronali heads it back to his goalkeeper, Matt Van Okel, who has not been too terribly busy so far in this first half. Perhaps Atlanta try to pick up the pressure a little bit. Trying to get something out of these final 6+ minutes to this opening 45. Lapa brought down. Birmingham Legion would rather have played. Free kick for the Three Sparks. pushed a little bit further back before restarting play. Fans Birmingham Legion return to Protective Stadium to battle Landon Donovan's San Diego Loyal side for the first time ever next Saturday, August 13th. Kickoff has been moved back from 6:30 to 7 o'clock, so mark your calendars as Kasim threads through Marlon Santos, and he's got his goal. Oh, it's only fitting Marlon Santos. He created goal number 2. He scores number 3.
This game's starting to feel a lot like the Loudoun United game, where Legion are attacking, they're relentless, and they're finishing.
It's all going right tonight for Birmingham Legion. They scored less than 2 minutes in. They added a few moments ago. Now they add once more, and it's Marlon Santos who's been the man of danger in this first half. Mike, it's only fitting he gets his goal.
Marlon Santos certainly deserves a goal. Good composed play, good finish, but he's been the most dangerous player on the field from the opening whistle.
Third goal of the year for Marlon Santos. Birmingham Legion putting the hammer down on Atlanta United 2 here in this first half. Washington under pressure, plays around Juan Agudelo. The pass doesn't quite reach its intended target. Birmingham pushing again. It would have been if Bruno Lapa got on the end of that Zach Aravo delivery.
One of the changes that we've seen in the last few games, Legion have gone from playing with 2 defensive midfielders to 1, playing with 2 attacking midfielders instead of the 1. It's obviously creating more players in and around the box, but it's also giving them the ability to press a little bit higher up the field. The last 3 matches in a row, it has paid off.
Aymar tried to keep it in play, could not. Throw in for Legion FC. A frustrating opening 41 minutes for Atlanta United 2. Talked about it in the open. Birmingham Legion, best teams in the USL Championship this summer. So far kicking off the first week in August, showing no signs of slowing down as Mikey Lopez chopped down Luke Brennan. But you're right, that tactical change has allowed Birmingham to get more attack-minded, and the resurgence of Bruno Lapa has certainly helped things as well.
Well, it's such a challenge when you got so many talented attacking players. What formation do you play? What position do you put them all into? It took Legion a little while to figure it out this season. But there's no question the last month they've just been feeling it. Everybody seems to be in the right spots and doing the right things, and the results have been coming.
Juan Agudelo makes it 4, right on cue. The delivery from Dean was excellent, and Juan Agudelo puts it in the back of the net for goal number 4. And what a first half this is turning into for the home side. Goal number 4 for Juan Agudelo this year is goal number 4 on the night for Legion FC.
Great one-touch cross right on the head, and Juan Agudelo just gets up over everybody and puts it in the corner. That's a top-class goal.
It's all celebrations tonight for the Legion players on the field and for the fans here in attendance at Protective Stadium. A 4 spot for Legion FC here inside of 45 minutes. Firmino. Machop Chol. Chol couldn't quite get around Alex Crognale. Kasim. Fouled by Brennan. That's probably going to be the first booking of the night. And it is. Luke Brennan shown a yellow card, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
Prosper Kasim just using his pace to get behind Brennan. Brennan just reaches out and pulls him back.
Agatello back on it. Leaves it for Prosper Kasim, who scored from the spot. 4 goals tonight for Birmingham from 4 different goal scorers. The guys who've made the unselfish plays have ended up finding the score sheet themselves. It was Juan Agatello who served it up to Enzo Martinez on a platter just 2 minutes in. He ends up getting a goal of his own, and then Marlon Santos created Prosper Kasim's penalty. Kasim served one right back to him for goal number 3 of the night. Everything going well for Birmingham Legion FC, who look firmly on their way to their 3rd consecutive victory. Brennan couldn't quite keep that in play. Stoppage time coming to close out this first half, and down below the word is 2 minutes of stoppage time to close this first 45, brought to you by UAB Medicine.
With all the great play that we've seen and the fantastic finishing, Matt Van Okel's concern is that the defense stays solid. They don't get lax in the back. They've been stretching the donut budget this season. 9 shutouts, 9 boxes of donuts for Matt Van Okel. And I'm sure he's eager for that 10th one.
It'll be their 2nd in a row after they shut out Hartford in Connecticut last Saturday. So far, this Birmingham defense has allowed just 2 shots to Atlanta United 2 in this first half. Throw in for Birmingham Legion. Man down for Birmingham as well. Looks like Bruno Lapa. A bit of a collision there with the Johnny Fortune, but both guys seem to be okay. Marlon Santos, another lovely flick to himself. Marlon Santos has had himself a first half here at Protective Stadium, and he's fouled for his troubles there.
I won't be surprised if we see him come off at some point tonight. He's having a fantastic game, but
Lop up, right at Garces.
I'm sure Tommy Sohn wants to keep him healthy. He's taken a couple of whacks already.
He's done a full shift's worth of work his first 45 minutes. Set up the penalty, scored one of his own. Good touch from Firmino. Play the diagonal. Brennan trying to create the space over the top of Lopez. Brennan couldn't quite keep the cross in play. And that brings the first half to a close. And what a half it was for Birmingham Legion. 4 goals in the opening 45 minutes. And the home side firmly in control tonight against Atlanta United 2. That's about all the men in Attack Black could ask for tonight. Halftime coming up here on our coverage. Earlier this week, we sat down to talk to Bruno Lapa, the reigning USL Championship Player of the Week, to get his thoughts on his outstanding performance last week. Plus, we'll get a look at the USL standings and a busy look at the USL Championship on this weekend. That's all coming up. Live from our coverage of the USL Championship in Birmingham, Alabama.
And those that see the perfect wave.
Jax is testing out a new home-style bun for a limited time, and they want real Jax fans like you and me to try it first. Enjoy all the beefy, cheesy, barbecue bacon flavors you love now on a fresh and toasted homestyle bun. Then tell Jax what you think about the new homestyle bun at jaxbuntest.com, and they'll literally feed you for your feedback. I love it. Jax, all about the South.
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion FC, here with the reigning USL Championship Player of the Week, Bruno Alapa. First of all, Bruno, congrats, man.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me today.
It's obviously a pretty busy week. That 3 games and 8-day stretch is always tough. What was your biggest takeaway from that stretch?
I know it's always tough to be playing games back to back, especially when we have a long travel. So, again, I think we just show how good we can be on the road as well. And having a good performance at home in front of our fans is all we were asking for. So, now it's time to, especially this month, a lot of home games, to keep going with the home performances and hopefully grab those points at home.
We talked about it on the broadcast a little bit against Loudoun, but that game just felt cathartic for everybody, right? After a frustrating Saturday against Tulsa, it seemed like everybody came out and it was good vibes all night. What did it feel like to you?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. We needed to bounce back from that result at home, and I think we did our best to prepare and put a good performance. Just an overall team performance, everything clicked for us. I think especially since the first 5 minutes, we knew that things could go our way. So yeah, glad that we were able to get a win and in front of our fans and put a good performance.
And then that Hartford game is totally different, right? That's a grind on short rest on the road. You mentioned a lot of travel as well, but it seems like this team's found different ways to win so far this year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, playing on the road is always tough. You don't know what you're going to expect. Different turfs and different fields, and obviously with the game midweek, that doesn't help much. But again, it was just show that we can grind points on the road as well, and that's a good quality of this team that's been doing this all year long. So yeah, it's a positive, and we're able to close out a positive week.
So a couple wins in a row coming into this week, and you're starting to feel like you're back to 100%. You've got full rhythm now. What's it been like kind of work back to that full rhythm where you feel most comfortable after a bit of a stretch there where you weren't available?
Yeah, so it feels good. I think I always had my teammates' support, and I think obviously the team doing well. You're always trying to grind your way back in and understanding that your time will come and my opportunity will come. So I'm happy that I'm able to help the team. That's for me the most important thing, to be able to come in, if it's for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or play full 90. For me, I just want to help the team win games, and I'm glad that I'm able to do that. So yeah, obviously feeling good now. So I think that's the most important part of the season. So hopefully we can keep that going.
This is your 3rd year now in Birmingham. Every team, every year is a little bit different. What's been the defining characteristic, or what struck to you about this team this year?
I think the culture that we have in the locker room, and the guys are the mentality of everybody. Everybody just wants to win. It's a winner mentality, and I think that's the culture that we have every single day in there. Everybody's so competitive. In trainings, you come in, no matter the day, everybody's trying to win, compete to win, and that's for me what raises the level for everybody. And I think when it comes to the weekend, the game is sometimes not even easier than training, because we kick each other every day in training. So for us, it's a good thing to go into the weekend.
Well, you get out of the sun here in a little bit. What's on the docket? What's the plan? You chilling? You going somewhere?
Just resting. I think it's been a lot of things that we've been doing over the past few weeks. A lot of games, traveling. So probably just to go back. I just started watching Love Island, so I'm probably gonna go back to watching that just to pass some time. But it's a funny show. So hopefully continue to have some fun with it, stay home and chill.
That's your guilty pleasure, Love Island?
Yeah, it is. The British one. So I never watched before, but I'll get back to it.
I love that. My wife would be so proud.
All right.
Well, Bruno, man, whatever's working, keep grinding, man. The reigning
sure.
championship player of the week. Thanks for taking some time with us.
Thanks for having me.
More from our coverage of Birmingham Legion right after this.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. I'm on that routine.
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship. Of course, can't talk about the USL without talking about what Sacramento Republic have been able to do running through the US Open Cup. Nothing more special than what they did a couple of weeks ago at home against Sporting Kansas City.
Really impressive. They've had a great season, but they really have had a great run through the Open Cup.
And Sacramento Republic in the US Open Cup final with a CONCACAF Champions League spot on the line. They will go to Florida coming up on September 7th. That game going to be one of the most anticipated in recent memory across the U.S. soccer landscape. And Sacramento Republic certainly hoisting the USL Championship on its shoulders coming up here in about a month or so. Elsewhere, a little bit more locally, we talked about it already, but of course Bruno Lapa, the first hat trick in franchise history last week. Member of the Team of the Week and also the Player of the Week across the USL.
He had a great performance. It wasn't just that he scored 3 goals, but a hat trick. Really impressive.
Orange County, meanwhile, trying to bolster their roster. The 24-year-old Kyle Scott coming back to California as Orange County trying to find some life down the stretch of this 2022 campaign. They've got some work to do in the Western Conference table. Over here in the Eastern Conference table, Birmingham Legion sit 5th coming into the night, chasing that 4 spot. And Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Birmingham hoping for some help from Indy 11 tonight, not getting it. Pittsburgh Riverhounds get all 3 points in Indianapolis. Birmingham Legion keeping up their end of the bargain. And, Mike, they've got some big games coming up against Memphis and Detroit especially.
Well, the top 6 of this table have really been good all season long, but Legion are perhaps the hottest team in the table. They've been climbing and climbing and climbing, and they can certainly see the top of the ladder from where they stand.
Atlanta, meanwhile, just off the screen, 11th, their position coming into the night behind Hartford Athletic. Already talked about what Pittsburgh was able to do. That game has now gone final over in Indiana. Elsewhere across the USL Championship, Lou City and Charleston Battery tied at the break. It was actually Charleston and Augustin Williams who got the first goal of that night. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay Rowdies were scoreless. They just got on the board. 1-0 Steven Dos Santos has given Tampa Bay a lead with 20-plus minutes to go there against Detroit City. And, of course, I'm sure all of Birmingham is cheering for Hartford tonight as they take on Memphis 901 FC. Plenty of action over on ESPN Plus in the USL Championship tonight. Over here at Protective Stadium, our first half stats are brought to you by Steel City Pops. And, Mike, it's a one-sided stat sheet, and it was a one-sided first 45 minutes.
It really was one-sided. It wasn't just that it was a mismatch. Legion have just been that good tonight. Their defending has been excellent. Their work rate has been fantastic. And a lot of shots on target. That makes a difference.
Certainly does, as Birmingham were able to control the game from the jump. They scored just 1 minute and 17 seconds in, really set the tone from there. It's Birmingham Legion 4, Atlanta United 2-0. Our second 45 minutes from Protective Stadium right after this.
I need to try it first.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Wow! Breaking in Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Welcome back to Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion call this their house, and through 45 minutes tonight, they have certainly backed up that claim. Our first half highlights brought to you by Chick-fil-A, and Mike, it did not take long for the Birmingham supporters to have something to cheer for.
Well, defense creates offense. Really good work from Juan Agudelo, and Martinez gets the easy tap in.
Easy tap in, his 8th goal of the year. Juan Agudelo had a dangerous first half as well. Justin Garces made a couple of big saves early to keep Atlanta United 2 around.
It's 4-0, but Garces had a very good first half.
Juan Agudelo kept pushing. Garces made his second big save of the night right here, but then Marlon Santos started to get more involved.
He was so dangerous all night, running at people, creates a penalty, which Prosper Kasim calmly passes into the side.
And his 100th Birmingham Legion game, Prosper Kasim finds the goal there. He sets one up here.
Well, it's been one player being unselfish and giving the ball to another. Everybody's setting everybody up. That's a great serve from Johnny Dean. Juan Agudelo rising above the group.
So our second 45 minutes starting here in just a moment. It looks like both sides are going to use this time to make some changes. Atlanta United are going to make 3. As Tony Tiente is on. He replaces Darwin Mateus. Eric Centeno is on. He replaces Luke Brennan. Andrew Deganis is on as well. Man, Atlanta United 2 fans haven't seen the 19-year-old. It's a new face on the roster, was on Trinidad and Tobago's CONCACAF U20 team. But Deganis is on here to start the second half. Meanwhile, on the Birmingham side of things, looks like Mateo Bunbury is on. We talked about all the danger Marlon Santos created in 45 minutes. That's the only 45 minutes he's going to get tonight. His night comes to a close.
Well, along with creating so many chances, he was also getting fouled a lot, and I'm sure there's an element of Tom Sohn wanted to make sure he stays healthy. I won't be surprised if we see some more changes just a few minutes into this second half.
Second half underway. Atlanta United 2 in white, Birmingham Legion in black. Blake Gardner, Mike Gebman, glad to have you with us. Our coverage of the USL Championship on this Saturday night. Bunbury wins Birmingham a throw.
United 2 was having a lot of trouble with Marlon Santos, but Bunbury's got the same kind of speed and moves. He's a very good 1v1 player, so the night has not gotten any easier for them.
Lapa across the park to Prosper Kasim, who's already scored one and assisted on one. Juan Agadello off his left foot, had it blocked. Bunbury. Aravo. Agadello trying to turn. Martinez, the flag is up. He puts it in, but the flag is up. As Martinez was maybe a shoulder length offside.
And that's exactly what it was. Really good call from the assistant referee, but that was just his shoulder leaning in front of the defender. He had posted up the center back really well, off by a matter of inches. You can see his positioning just behind, off the shoulder of the center back. Really good turn, but clearly offsides.
What a start to that second half that would have been for Legion FC. Make it a fifth, a minute plus in. Giannis gets play restarted for Atlanta United 2. Bunbury pressured from behind, last touch by him. Or was it? Officials pointed two different directions. Now they get on the same page. It is a throw for Atlanta United 2. 4-0 our score. Birmingham Legion keeping a clean sheet so far against Atlanta United 2. In fact, they've only allowed 2 shots for the visiting side. That's now 15 times this year. Birmingham Legion have held a team scoreless in the first half. No team in the USL Championship has done that more this season. Now they're looking for a clean sheet across the second 45. Fortune, out wide for Firmino. Overlap from Highmar. Deganis. Not a bad serve, but Kavita heads it away from danger. Martinez. And here's off and running Mateo Bunbury, the 17-year-old, plenty of spark. Cuts it inside, back to Martinez, right at Garces.
Really good play from Bunbury, runs at the defense as they drop off. He gets his head up and finds Martinez. Unfortunately for Enzo, he did not make really solid contact on that shot.
Chance for Atlanta United 2 to break the other way. It's time they'll slow things down just a touch. Serve across the park, finds Firmino, who's been awfully involved tonight. Highmar. Highmar gets it back. Joel trying to turn. Joel, shot deflected. And it was deflected by Firmino. Just a goal kick in the end.
One of the things you have to love about Atlanta United is they don't give up. They don't stop attacking. They've still got lots of players getting forward. Really nice turn, unfortunately deflects off of one of his own players, but an excellent turn and a good chance for Atlanta United.
Just the third registered shot of the night for Atlanta United 2. Van Oekel has not been called upon to make a save yet in this one. It's Machop Chol playing as really the lone forward with Tristan Traeger out of the game. Oh, how about the footwork from Juan Agadello? Garavo joining the attack. Garavo under duress. Good work from Chol, tracking all the way back. And now Atlanta United 2 can break. Job by Alex Crognale to send Firmino back the other way. Efrain Morales. Fortune. Brazilian Highmar towards Machop Chol. Kavita put a shoulder down into him. Referee said it was shoulder to shoulder. Manuel Kavita has not given Machop Chol much space so far tonight. Mike, if you're Birmingham, you're up 4-0 with less than 40 minutes to go tonight. Is the clean sheet the #1 priority at this point?
Well, I can guarantee it is for Matt Van Oekel. One of the challenges that you have is that players feel that this is a night where they could get a goal, or some of them maybe 2 or 3. Players start to take some risks. They start to lose their discipline. And Atlanta United, too, is quick enough and offensive-minded enough that they can make you pay if you're not disciplined in the way you're defending.
Birmingham have been one of the most disciplined defensive teams this year. It's been their calling card by and large. It's been the goal scoring that's been the struggle. You wouldn't know that by looking at the scoreline tonight. After a 6 spot against Loudoun last Wednesday, we've tacked on a 4 spot so far tonight against Atlanta United, too. Plus 1 goal scored on the road against Hartford Athletic, the only goal they needed in that contest. After failing to score a ton in the early going here at Protective Stadium, Birmingham Legion have started to score them in bunches, which bodes well considering the big home games they have coming up the rest of August against Detroit and San Diego. Work from Bunbury. His header finds Juan Agadello. Loppa to the other side for Mikey Lopez. Kavita all the way back to Matt Van Oekel, looking for clean sheet number 10. Here's the 35-year-old. Having what could be considered a career year at age 35. It's remarkable Van Oekel coming into the night, according to American Soccer Analysis, having a top 5 shot-stopping year, as that's a yellow card shown to Efrain Morales for a cynical challenge there as he hacked down Bruno Loppa. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
These are the worries that a coach will have. You're winning the game, but you worry about your top players picking up an injury in a game like this. Looks like cleats to the thigh. And there will definitely be some frustration come out from this Atlanta United 2 team if the scoreline stays the same, or especially if it gets any worse.
So a stoppage here as Loppa is attended to by Maggie Campanero, Birmingham trainer. Blake Gardner, Mike Yetman, glad to have you with us tonight from Birmingham, whether you're watching here locally on My 68 or on ESPN+. Fans, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. I know Birmingham fans are also interested in the ESPN Plus contest where Birmingham City are playing in the EFL Championship. Big result for the sister city across the pond. Birmingham City all 3 points today. Birmingham Legion just making it a Birmingham day tonight here in Alabama. Bruno Loppa looks to be all right.
Legion have just sent all their subs down the sideline to begin warming up.
Kasim into the area again, but his cross is cut out by Cobb. Does Lopez have a crack? He does. And it whistles through. I respect it.
Left-footed, first time. Worth having a go, just couldn't quite direct it on target.
Mikey Lopez has scored a time or two, not this year. Playing left back, you kind of got to take your chances as you get them. Aymar, that ball just a bit too tall for him. It falls for Aravo instead. Martinez, oh lovely. Juan Agadello tees it up. Just a bit high, the intended targets.
Juan Agadello and Enzo Martinez have really developed a bit of a partnership. And we're seeing it come to fruition tonight. They're looking for each other. They're giving each other some really excellent passes, creating lots of chances. 18 shots so far. I think there's a real opportunity to get close to that 30 mark that we saw a week ago.
Move by Centeno. It comes to Deganis. That pass misses the run of Highmar. Throw in for Legion FC, and Birmingham prepping a couple of changes down below, it looks like. Matthew Corcoran, the young 16-year-old, is one of them. The other one appears to be Anderson Asiadu. There from Bunbury, Enzo Martinez, Juan Agadello. Some excellent footwork on display tonight for Legion FC. Martinez. Work by Tiente to cut that pass out, but Martinez gets another one through, this time to Kasim. Lopez. Didn't hit his cross like he wanted to. Now, looks like Birmingham are going to try to make their changes. Referee didn't see him in time, though. Carlson put it down and tried to play quickly. Fortune pushing forward. Still a Johnny Fortune. Good run this is from him. Fortune. Out wide, Centeno. His cross. Highmar, side netting.
It was wide, but it was a good chance. Atlanta United reminding Legion FC that they're not going to stop.
And now the substitution's officially announced as Anderson Asiadu is going to come on for the captain, Fanwo Kavita. And Bruno Lapa is the man making way for the 16-year-old Matthew Corcoran.
Fanwo Kavita comes off as a center back. He's played almost every minute of every game, and I'm sure this is a little bit of planning for what happens if he ever does pick up an injury or can't play in a match. So giving Zach Ervo a few minutes at center back and getting comfortable back there, I'm sure, is part of the thinking.
That is indeed the case. Ervo moves back to center back with Alex Crognale. Matthew Corcoran on for the 9th time this year. 16-year-old gets a little more than a half hour to work tonight. And then Anderson Asiadu on as well. Of course, a mainstay for Birmingham Legion after a stint with Atlanta. He was a first-round draft pick by Atlanta United back in 2019. So 3 fresh faces for Legion FC now. Kavita off, and Santos off, Bruno Lapa off. Replaced by Bunbury, Corcoran, and Asiadu. Got to imagine probably 1 or 2 more changes coming later on tonight for Legion FC as well. Alex Crognale gets to that long ball over the top of Ford Scholl, but Corcoran dispossessed. Firmino on the turn. Centeno made the run. Centeno cuts it back against Lopez. Still Centeno. Mishit it as Corcoran clears it. Dangerous moments there provided by Eric Centeno, the 20-year-old from California, but couldn't quite squeeze off the shot. Highmar couldn't get around Alex Crognale. Was there a foul? Yes, there was, says the official. Job Joel tried to play quickly. Referee said no. So free kick for Atlanta United 2 right in front of their own bench. Fans can't watch the match, turn on SiriusXM FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more on SiriusXM FC channel 157 and the SXM app. Opening day for a lot of clubs in the English Premier League today. Dean cuts out that pass for Highmar. Agadello back to Bunbury. Anderson Asiadu with his first real touches since coming on. Aravo chopped down by Scholl. That looks like it's a card as well. Machop Scholl is going to be booked. Another Rubio Law Firm yellow card. The third of the night, shown to an Atlanta United 2 player. See if we get another look at the contact here. Another late challenge as Aravo tried to get that pass away.
A little bit of contact, nothing too vicious, but after the ball had already been played, and that's why the referee gave the card. He also wants to make sure he keeps control of this match and frustrations don't boil over.
Joel trying to turn against Aravo, but the flag was up. He was offside when the play began. Haven't seen a whole lot of offside flags tonight. In fact, that might be the first one against Atlanta United too. Alex Cronali wastes no time, looking over the top for Enzo Martinez. Tony Tiente beats him there. One of the 3 second-half subs Atlanta brought on. Watch out, Efrain Morales back to Garces. Birmingham pressure has caused a bit of trouble most of the night. Corcoran. Dean able to keep it in play. Martinez. Bunbury. Bunbury. Searching for an option, could only find Dean. Patient Legion attack here. Martinez, lovely 1-2 with Kasim. Can Kasim keep it alive? Answer is yes. Corcoran again. Oh, great ball from Dean. Lopez has options. Can he pick one out? Back post. Garces makes the catch. Patient attack from Birmingham, but Atlanta's defense up to the task as Agadello commits the foul. Birmingham fans, to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news, be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Download the Legion FC app today, available on both the App Store and Google Play. Legion FC app and @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Your way to keep up with all things Birmingham Legion FC. If you got notifications on tonight, you were buzzing there for about 45 minutes. There was a lot going on. 4 first-half goals for Birmingham Legion FC. Mike once again said it last week. Birmingham left no doubt against Loudoun United. Say it again tonight. This is another clinical performance from Birmingham in a game that they were favored, needed all 3 points to keep their ascent going up the Eastern Conference table. And once again, from really the outset, they wasted no time.
Their intent was really clear right from the start. I think we're going to get a look at that foul. A little bit of a push and a challenge from behind by Alex Cronali. you're up 4-0, those calls are going to go against you. This Legion team, for a few weeks now, have been really fun to watch. Home fans want to see their team win first, but then they want to see them score goals. And Legion have been doing that by the bucket load the last couple weeks.
Certainly have. They've been one of the best defensive teams all year long, but the offense has started to come along as the summer has kept coming. In fact, this is the 4th game now. Birmingham has scored 3+ in a contest. They've all come here in the last 6-7 game stretch. Back to Matt Van Oekel. Good hold up play from Juan Agadello. Martinez, nice flick to find Corcoran. Corcoran's got space. Kasim against Washington. Good work from Bryce Washington. He concedes the corner. It's the first corner of the second half for Birmingham. Legion brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
That play was set up by a really nice pass from Matthew Corcoran. He played it right where it needed to be, right to the left foot of Prosper Kasim. Perfect weight on the pass. Good defending in the end.
Kasim, ground-bound service. Cobb didn't deal with it well. Washington does. Centeno provides one more clearance for good measure. Asiadu. Martinez, Corcoran. Back to Birmingham's number 6. Still a couple of targets lurking in and around the area for Legion FC.
Legion have done a really nice job of keeping the ball moving, continuing their control of this match. Worried that they might lose their discipline and their shape in the second half, knowing that they're up and that the game is finished. But they've just stuck to the game, playing really well, and not allowed Atlanta United to feel like they can get back into this.
"20 minutes or so away from win number 12 for Tommy Sohn and Birmingham Legion. Looks like Ryan James has grabbed a jersey and is set to check in here in a few moments. Work from Lopez defensively. Martinez flicks it into the run of Corcoran. Almost got there. It redirects to Enzo Martinez. Martinez couldn't quite squeeze off a shot. Good defending in the end, and it was emergency defending from Washington and Tiente. Another corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Legion have not been very dangerous on their corner kicks tonight. See if they can change something up.
Headed away by Morales. Asiadu back into the mixer. And sent away by Fortune. Deganis. His pass picked off by Asiadu. It looked like Centeno was trying to make the run on the other side. Agadello. Dean joining the attack once more. Dean's cross cut out by Highmar. And now Birmingham are going to make their change. Ryan James coming on. It's Prosper Kasim who's coming off. And Kasim will get a nice round of applause from the Protective Stadium crowd. His 100th appearance as a member of Birmingham Legion FC comes to a close here in the 70th minute.
James gets a chance to get into the action, but you also get to protect Prosper Kasim, who's been one of your go-to guys all season long and really for the past 4 years.
Goal and an assist tonight for Kasim. Another productive evening for the Ghanaian, who's been a member of this club since its outset back in 2019. Good work by Machop but he was offside. He was in line with Alex Cronali, but maybe just a bit ahead in the end. Good sportsmanship there from Chol, getting it back to the feet of Cronulla. Fans, 113 teams entered. Just 2 remain. 2022 USL League 2 champion will be crowned as Ventura County Fusion hosts Long Island Rough Riders for the trophy. For more information on how to watch, go to uslleague2.com. Some quality names there, by the way. Fusion of Ventura County, Rough Riders of Long Island. One of the craziest soccer tournaments of the year, the USL League 2 playoffs. USL Championship playoffs a couple of months away as we've hit the back half of this 2022 campaign. Birmingham Legion fighting to play one of those playoff games here in this building.
There's no question they're going to be in the playoffs. The question is now, where are they going to play?
If the season ended today, they'd be taking a trip to Pittsburgh, Ryan James once played. James finds Matthew Corcoran. Corcoran, Enzo Martinez. Garces makes the play on the doorstep. It looks like Enzo Martinez is going to be shown a yellow card, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
I think the card is going to be for endangering an opponent, feeling that the goalkeeper had the ball in his hands when Enzo Martinez stuck his cleats up there.
Martinez with a wry smile on his face. Kind of felt like a booking was coming, even if he didn't agree with the call.
Yellow card has been issued by the referee for number 19, Enzo Martinez.
First yellow card shown to a Birmingham Legion player tonight, our 4th of the contest. Less than 20 minutes to go tonight from Protective Stadium. Looks like Atlanta is prepping another change as Alan Carlton gets set to come on. Good work from Chol. Centeno looking for some support. Fortune. Heimar was offside. The flag up again against a white shirt. Now the change will be announced, as that's going to be the last action of the night for Heimar. 17-year-old Alan Carlton coming on. 5th appearance this year for Carlton. Younger brother of Andrew Carlton, who started on the right wing of things, now moves to the left coast. Carlton plying his trade at San Diego Loyal. Alan Carlton still the Atlanta United setup. So Carlton, the 4th change of the night for Atlanta United 2. As the visitors look for something on the score sheets for the last quarter hour plus. Corcoran, Juan Agadello. Agadello, Martinez. Martinez scores! Make it 2 on the night. Enzo Martinez has his brace. Birmingham Legion make it a 5 spots.
For a moment, I thought I was going to talk about the fact that Atlanta United 2 has found a way to get younger, taking their experienced 20-year-old off the field and bringing on a 17-year-old. But Enzo Martinez has decided to make himself the story for this late part of the game. He's got 2. Can he find a 3rd? Perhaps be the 2nd Birmingham Legion player in a row to not only score a hat trick, but to end up as the championship player of the week.
More unselfish play from Juan Agadello as well. Enzo Martinez finds the corner. He has his brace. Birmingham Legion have their first goal of the second half. Hard to believe Enzo Martinez last year in Charlotte had 7 goals all of 2021. He's now got 9 so far in 2022. If you tack on the 2 he's put in the back of the net tonight. Good work from Carlton. Goes to ground to win possession. Flips it out wide to Deganis. Giannis has options. Firmino, one of them, taken off it by Bunbury. Still work to be done. Carlton. Fortune is cross-blocked by Dean. Error vote, trying to clear it away. Martinez. Now Dean does clear it. Cobb heads it away from Agudelo. Agudelo trying to keep it alive, could not. I think that's going to be the last action of the night for Juan Agudelo. As we have a Birmingham Legion debut forthcoming. Sadiq Balarabi, the 30-year-old from London, England, will make his Birmingham Legion debut as Juan Agudelo makes way. Balarabi officially announced as a signing back on July 15th. Been waiting to finalize his international transfer certificates. Birmingham Legion got that done earlier this week, so Balarabi makes his debut. Closing quarter hour of tonight. He's plying his trade in Cyprus, actually won the Golden Boots as part of the Cyprus Cup earlier this part of the year, but he's played in Portugal, he's played in Turkey, Spain, Greece, England. Went to college at Saginaw Valley State here in the United States. Now Balarabi, a member of Birmingham Legion down the stretch of 2022. Martinez for Corcoran. Balarabi. That pass almost got to Bunbury, but cut out in the end. Last Wednesday, it was a 6 spot for Birmingham Legion against Loudoun United. They're one away from that number tonight against Atlanta United, too.
Oftentimes, you would expect the team to take their foot off the gas and save their energy. But when you have this many young players on the field, they're all excited for every minute that they get. They certainly don't want to coast. They want to show what they can do. I would expect we're going to see a few chances at both ends of the field here.
Good footwork there from Efrain Morales to escape some trouble. Fortune tried to play it out the other side. Instead, Ryan James heads it into touch. Throw in for Atlanta United, too. Fans, after the match, be sure to head over to the Legion FC Twitter page at BHM Legion to vote on who you thought earned Man of the Match honors tonight at BHM Legion over on Twitter to cast your votes for Man of the Match. Gotta say, Enzo Martinez probably deserves a nomination. Marlon Santos as well. If this clean sheet stays, Matt Van Oekel perhaps. Balarabi cuts it inside. Balarabi shot saved by Garces.
Balarabi getting to show off a little bit of his talents. He's been waiting a few weeks to let the fans know what he's capable of.
Not too far away from a goal on his debut. Fourth big save of the night from Justin Garces, who was very quickly approaching 60 saves in USL Championship play. The free kick is given to Atlanta United, too. By Deganis, keep that in play. Carlton. Efrain Morales. Back to the feet of Cobb. And United 2 looking for something to take away from tonight. Carlton looking for a shooting lane. Instead, opts to go to the other side. Centeno against Lopez. His cross deflected. Scholl almost got on the end of it. And it looked like it was last touched by Scholl. Just a goal kick for Matt Van Oekel.
For just a moment, we thought Matt Van Oekel might have to make a save in this match.
Still no official saves for MVO. With the bleached blonde hair now. Balarabe's off and running. He's got some space against Tiente. Balarabe for Asiadu. Bunbury got the shot away, almost bent it towards that back post.
You could see what he was trying to do there. Wrapped his foot around that, trying to bend it into the far post. Just didn't get it to come back enough, but a really, really nice effort.
Bunbury scored his first Birmingham Legion goal in that Loudoun United contest. Scored it from the spot. Tacked on another 17 minutes in Birmingham's trip to Connecticut against Hartford. He's been explosive since coming over from Sporting Kansas City's academy setup. 17-year-old showing well once again tonight in this second half. Carlton. Turn into space, brought down by Corcoran, free kick given. 17-year-old on 17-year-old crime there.
Carlton's been really active. He's gotten a lot of touches, and he's shown that he's willing to run at people. A little whirly twirl. Corcoran sticks in a leg and brings him down. But in this second half, Alan Carlton has been the man for Atlanta United too, who's really created the dangerous opportunities.
Atlanta United 2 have a set piece here. Giannis headed goalward, wide of the mark. Doesn't trouble Matt Van Oekel in the end. Van Oekel's gonna have to take that goal kick again as he tried to look over the top for Enzo Martinez.
He was looking for the assist. Saw that Atlanta United 2 was pushed up. Guys hadn't gotten back yet. But the ball has to be still before you play it, and the referee has made him bring it back.
Atlanta United 2 going to make one more change as Machop Chol is coming off. Manike and Wogu is the man coming on. The 18-year-old signed back in March from the Superstar Academy in Nigeria. Makes his 5th appearance of the year. For the final 13 minutes tonight. Both sides with an opportunity to make plenty of changes this evening after Birmingham Legion scored 4 goals inside the first 45 minutes of the night. Arby trying to keep it in play, did. Giannis does the safe thing, plays it into the crowd. Bunbury taken off it by Carlton. Another good move there from Alan Carlton. This time Corcoran able to take it off him for a moment. Fortune. Good bit of skill from Fortune. Space out the other side for Nwogu, who just came on. He takes a shot, skitters all the way through. Again, Nwogu wasting no time. Just couldn't quite find the frame.
Magic City Brigade continue to make noise behind Matt Van Oekel's goal. They got to see 4 balls go in the net right in front of them. This second half, they're getting to see Matt Van Oekel stand and watch. They haven't seen a lot of action. They got excited when there was a shot that was within a few yards.
I think the supporter section for Birmingham Legion just as caught up in the chase of a clean sheet as Van Oekel is at this point. Asiadu. Birmingham Legion have numbers. Enzo Martinez couldn't quite get on the end of that. There was has his opportunity at perhaps a third.
It was a 5-on-4 break. Enzo Martinez found the gap between defenders. Anderson and Cedar tried to connect with him, but just played it past him.
Ryan James heads it back in the direction of Ballarby. Lopez, Ballarby, back to Lopez. Lopez towards Martinez. Martinez! Just a bit too tall.
I think he's going to shoot everything the rest of the night. Can't blame him. He's worked so hard. He's certainly earned the right to go after the hat trick. And I'm sure his teammates are happy for him to keep trying.
87th minute here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion well on their way to yet another victory. Martinez, Ballarby scores! And it's a goal on the debut for the Englishman as Birmingham Legion make it 6.
You can see the smile on his face. You know what it means to him. But you got to look at Enzo Martinez. He's got a chance for a hat trick, and he's still unselfish, plays his teammate in instead of going to goal himself. And that really is what's made him such a great addition to this team.
It's an assist for Martinez. And a goal for the newest member of Birmingham Legion, Sadiq Ballarby.
Again, it comes off the defending. Nice soft pass, Ballarby with a good first touch and an excellent finish.
Ballarby slots it in the corner, and Birmingham Legion have equaled their goal total from last Wednesday against Loudoun. It's a 6 spot for Legion FC. And on a night where everything was working from the opening whistle, Birmingham Legion just a few minutes away from their 9th victory in their last dozen contests. A team that has really found its footing across the summer months. And they've added pieces as well. Teo Bunbury added to the mix. Sadiq Ballarby added to the mix, has now scored on his debut. Enzo Martinez looking for more. Ballarby perhaps looking for more. Right at Garces this time around.
Ballarby managing to smile and look frustrated at the same time. He knew he could have connected a little bit better on that shot.
That shot from Ballarby was shot number 28 of the night from Legion FC. Outshot Atlanta United to 28-7. And what has been another complete performance in front of the home crowd here at Protective Stadium. A frustrating night for Atlanta United too, who drew this Birmingham Legion side 3-3 a month ago back in Kennesaw. Said it was not their night. Just the first minute onward. Atlanta United 2 is going to drop points for the 7th consecutive game. Came into the night 0-3-3 across their last 6. Centeno trying to make the charge in behind. Lopez is there. Birmingham just a few minutes away from another clean sheet for Matt Van Oekel. Throw-in coming for Legion FC. Wogu played it from behind to Ballarby. Word from down below is just a couple of minutes of stoppage time to close out the night. Asiadu. Teo Bunbury's first touch a little heavy, but back to the feet of Asiadu. It is 2 minutes of stoppage time confirmed, brought to you by UAB Medicine. Dean joining for one more attack. James! Couldn't quite redirect it on frame.
That ball came in just a little too hot for Ryan James, but good runs in the box and excellent service from Johnny Dean. Just couldn't get over it and get it down on target.
Ryan James doesn't get a ton of scoring opportunities. He's close to goal number 2 this year. Birmingham fans, the Three Sparks return to Protective Stadium to battle Landon Donovan's San Diego Loyal side for the first time ever this upcoming Saturday, August 13th. Kickoff for Saturday, now 7 o'clock Central Time. So mark your calendars and get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. Next weekend, Birmingham Legion back at home taking on San Diego Loyal. As Carlton's pass didn't find its intended target. James. Perhaps time for one more attacking opportunity. Arby just a bit out in front of James. Easy collection for Garces. That might be all tonight. Birmingham would have to be content with a half dozen for the second time in as many weeks. Another outstanding performance. It's going to make it 3 wins in a row. Corcoran looking for Martinez, who couldn't quite bring it down. Referee with a look at his watch, and that is full time. For the second time in as many weeks, Birmingham Legion scores 6 here at home. It's a 6-0 victory for the Three Sparks over Atlanta United 2. As summer rolls along, Birmingham Legion just continue to play the best soccer they've played so far this year.
Yeah, I don't think the upcoming opponents are going to enjoy watching the film of this match. This team is becoming a little bit scary. Rock solid in the back, dynamic in midfield, and now they are on a roll in front of goal.
5 wins in their last 6 contests, 9 wins across their last 12. Birmingham Legion, another emphatic victory at home tonight. Birmingham Legion 6, Atlanta United 2-0. We'll take a timeout, wrap up our coverage of the USL Championship live from Birmingham in a moment.
It's true, everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Really? Even if my old phone looks like this?
Dude, why?
How could you? It's okay, people. I've trained for this.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with the Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
And those that see the perfect wave.
Plenty of love for Prosper Kassim, the man making his 100th Birmingham Legion appearance tonight. He finds the score sheet from the spots in the first half. One of 6 goals Birmingham Legion put past the Atlanta United 2 defense tonight, and it's all smiles here in Protective Stadium as we get a look at our final match stats from a busy nighty tonight in the Magic City. 29 shots, Mike, 15 of those on target. Some hefty numbers from the Birmingham attack this evening.
Nearly perfect performance. Almost 30 shots, 15 on goal, 6 in the back of the net, 0 shots on goal against. Another donut for Matt Van Oekel and company. Really a perfect night.
The 10th clean sheet for Matt Van Oekel, at very least, assures him a share of first starting for next week. He might be there all by himself, depending on how the rest of the weekend shakes out. As for Atlanta United, too, they've got to try to find their footing coming up against New York Red Bulls, too. It's a busy month of August. Red Bulls 2 followed by Miami and a trip to Loudoun. Maybe some chances for Atlanta United 2 to find their footing.
A couple of long road trips, but also against some teams that tend to play a lot of teenagers. They may feel like there's some real opportunities for results in the next few matches.
And Pittsburgh and Tulsa coming up to round out August, followed by September. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion FC, winners of 5 of their last 6. One of the hottest teams in the league. Big contest coming up at home against San Diego and Detroit.
Well, really 3 big contests in a row coming up here. San Diego Loyal, a team they've never played, but then Detroit City, who's in front of them in the playoff picture. Memphis, who's in front of them in the playoff picture. So some really big games and an opportunity to gain some more ground.
Birmingham Legion trying to get a little bit of space between them and Detroit, who dropped points tonight against Tampa Bay Rowdies. All Birmingham Legion have done is take care of business as of late. They'll try to continue that as August rolls on, but virtually nothing to complain about tonight. Birmingham Legion, all smiles. Marlon Santos, Bruno Lapa, the rest of this attacking crew helped Birmingham Legion post 6 goals tonight here at Protective Stadium. And the defense keeps things clean at the back. Enzo Martinez got the action started early. Prosper Kassim, Marlon Santos, Juan Agudelo all join him in the score sheets, plus the man making his debut, Sadiq Baralabi. The Englishman gets his goal too. It was shared wealth amongst the attacking front for Birmingham Legion. And a fun night for the black and gold. Birmingham Legion 6, Atlanta United 2-0. That's it for our coverage of the USL Championship. For Mike Getman and our entire crew, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long from the Magic City. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.